excited to get to interview our special guest today. Her name is Shalini Vadhera. She loves makeup and she's the founder of Ready Set Jet, a brand with a mission that intersects innovative cosmetics with educational tech to change the world of beauty. She also has founded SVP Global Brands, which develops creative beauty, wellness, and lifestyle brands to help women around the world. Her foundation, the Power Beauty Living Foundation, does three really cool things. It helps to empower women, it mentors future leaders, and helps young girls in India create a better life. Sounds like amazing work, right? Shalini is really passionate about helping to empower women to become better leaders in the world, and her companies are doing just that. I know you can't wait to meet her, so let's get going. Shalini, thank you so much for coming to speak with us today. So you have so much experience working in the beauty and wellness industry, and we can't wait to hear all about it. You have become incredibly successful with multiple international companies, and you got your start when you were only 19. I'm 19 right now, so that's really amazing to me. Can you tell us a little bit about how you found the motivation and the resources to start your journey at such a young age?
Well, I really actually didn't have a choice. My dad gave me a plane ticket one day and $2,500 and told me to start my own company. So he sent me to India. I was living in San Diego at the time, and I was crying on the flight all the way to India because I didn't know if they were like putting me in a boarding school or gonna get me married off or what, but my dad really wanted me to start my own company. And so when I got to India, my uncles were manufacturing sweaters and jackets, and being from San Diego, the surf industry was really big and the golf industry. So I got my first taste of being an entrepreneur by creating surf clothing and golf clothing for the San Diego, outdoor lifestyle, and I hated it. But what I did love was beauty, and I loved growing up and traveling to visit my grandparents in Kenya and in India and going through Singapore and Bangkok and like just falling in love with all these beauty secrets I was seeing women doing, whether they were oiling their hair with coconut oil or, making these amazing scrubs with rice and bamboo and salts. And so I really wanted to get into the beauty industry. So when I got back from India, I got my first part-time job at the Clinique counter.
Wow, that's really amazing. Thank you so much for that insight. Another thing I wanted to ask you about is your interest in this idea of women empowering women. You have an amazing platform, Power Beauty Living, that seeks to do just that. Can you tell us more about that platform and its goals and why it's so important for women to support other women in becoming leaders?
Absolutely. I think it's really, really important for us girls to stick together. And when I was building my businesses, there wasn't a lot of women out there that were mentoring or helping other women. There wasn't a lot of resources for me personally to find, how to build my business. Is this a good contract I'm signing? How do I do this, that, and the other? I just couldn't find women. And so when I came to create Power Beauty Living, the whole entire purpose behind it was to have mentorship for women, by women, and to create a like-minded community where all of us could stick together, because when we come together as a tribe of girls, we can actually rise together. And I really wanted to support my fellow, business leaders and friends, and also wanted to get some support from them. And so that was just one aspect of Power Beauty Living. And the other aspect was, as you know, Disha, when you look good, you feel good, right? So when you're taking care of yourself, you've got this really phenomenal amount of confidence. And when you're confident, you can go out there and pretty much knock down all those goals you have. And then the third element of Power Beauty Living is, how do you take care of yourself? It's really important when you're this busy, business leader and you're trying to go reach your goals, that you're spending at least 30 minutes a day, whether that's exercise, meditation, or just, becoming your own cheerleader, because you're going to hear a lot of no's out there all the time. So what are you doing to kind of create this like warrior mentality so you can go out there and really kick some butt?
Fantastic. I love what you said about confidence. It's definitely so true.
Yeah.
So at GLAM, girls learn to each have a superpower, and we learn how important it is to embrace what is unique and different about ourselves. For you personally, how would you define a superpower, and what do you think is your superpower?
Gosh, well, I love what you said about embracing your differences. As we were speaking earlier, I was bullied so much when I was growing up. So I always wanted to not embrace who I was. And until I actually embraced the reason I was being bullied, because I looked different and I was different, it's really when my whole entire world opened up for me. So I think really embracing your differences and celebrating them is what's going to make you unique and what's going to make you stand out. For me, my superpower is having a positive attitude. So when you're building your business or you're building a career or you're trying to get into a college, whatever goals you're trying to reach, you might hear a lot of no's. And you might have people around you tell you, no, that's going to be really hard. You shouldn't do that. Or I don't really think that's a good idea. And if you let that affect you, it might actually stop you from moving forward and actually reaching some of those goals and dreams that you have. So I've really created this like Teflon, like a Teflon pan, and saturated it with a lot of positivity. So I don't listen to those no's and I focus on the good. And that's really my superpower, because if I didn't do that, I don't even know if I'd be where I am today.
That's really amazing. So I have one last question for you. At GLAM, girls are encouraged to use creativity to realize their goals. Can you tell us about the role creativity has played in your own life and how it has helped you grow your business and your brands?
Absolutely. Well, everything about creating makeup brands and beauty brands is all about being creative, right? Whether you're applying it on someone or you're actually in a lab creating colors or skincare. So for me, as I had mentioned earlier, my biggest inspiration is the world. And if you can do something that you're passionate about and that brings you joy. So every time I land in a new country, I'm so excited. I want to learn about cultures and food and what are the beauty secrets that they've been doing here for centuries, that like a grandmother taught her daughter and she taught her sister. And so it's really tapping into things that inspire you, that really fuel your creativity. And so for me, being in a creative space is really my happy place, and it's how I'm able to build every single part of my brands that I put out on the market.
Wow, that's really amazing. Thank you so much for meeting with us today and for giving us all this amazing insight, Shalini. Glam Girls, thank you so much for joining us today. Be on the lookout for future interviews with inspiring women, and remember, you can do anything you set your mind to at any age.